Okay. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Just Juicy podcast. It's your host, Juicy Justine, here to talk about all things juicy in life, getting raw and real. So thanks for listening, and happy to have you here. Hey, welcome to the Just Juicy podcast. It's your host, Juicy Justine, and I'm here today to introduce to you the founder, the owner of Mr. CBD Chicago, Mark Tricki Kunicki.
Thank you for having me on the show, Justine. I'm real excited about being here. Obviously, this is your first show. And we've been
my third show, actually.
Third show, just kidding. Okay, so
third podcast, but this will be the first one on yours too.
Okay, so first podcast on Mr. CBD TV. Thank you for the introduction. Before I talk about myself, I loved your introduction, by the way, your new show introduction.
Oh, thank you.
It was very awesome. I love how you put that together. It was great. But thanks for the introduction about Mr. CBD Chicago. We've been working together for a long time. Mr. CBD is a federally legal hemp and CBD distribution company and manufacturing company. We're local here, and we're one of the number one searched on Google in Chicago for CBD and hemp.
That is amazing.
Yeah, after several years of being online, we became number one. We're the first thing that everybody sees when you look at hemp and CBD here in Chicago.
Wow.
You're a big part of that.
Oh, yeah. I was... We met when it was becoming legal.
Yeah, right at the very beginning. Yeah, it just when Delta 9 THC became legal, we were at a New Year's Eve party, and I introduced myself as Mr. CBD. You tried our water, and then that was the beginning.
Oh yeah, the waters, the teas, the CBD sodas. You had so much, and I was just so fascinated with everything that you had, and you had more than just the drinks. You had topicals, and you had tinctures, edibles, even like apparel. And
We had a little bit of everything in the beginning, and now we have even more because of hemp derived THC and THC products. So now we have over 700 products online.
Wow.
Way more than what we started with. It was humble in the beginning. I think we had like several companies. Now we got like 75 that we work with, and now we're manufacturing our own stuff too.
Ooh, yes. So for those who can't see right now, we have some Dr. THC Incredible Infusion Liquids.
And Mr. CBD Incredible Infusion Liquid. So either one, whether you're looking for CBD or legal THC, we got both.
Yes. Oh my gosh. How did you make this?
Well, we got together with a manufacturer and kind of came up with the idea of like, how can we simplify this when it comes to infusions? You know, and you and I go way back when it comes to infusions. Since we've known each other, I've always been working with you on getting you, plant-based cannabis, which is all plant-based. So
yeah, it's all plant-based.
But you can put more stuff in your plant-based edibles.
Oh,
That's kind of what I meant by that. So when I heard plant-based, I always thought it was, I'm using cannabis. That's what I thought it meant, which it does. But when you say plant-based, it's a lot more than that.
It's all the plants.
Yeah, so explain what you mean by that and why, we had a little bit of a mission together. There was a lot of terrible edibles out there that are not good for you. And we were always talking about how we need to make healthier edibles, and that's where you kind of came into play.
Oh, yeah. A lot of fake chemicals and a lot of preservatives. It's really messing with people's bodies.
Well, it's an unfortunate situation that we end up, putting superfood into bad food, and then it gives it a bad name. So, whether it's hemp, CBD, or THC, when you put it into edibles, you want to put it into something that's good for you, not just
even drinks too. Like when people drink alcohol versus drinking THC or CBD. So much better alternative. That's
kind of why we started this concept. So restaurants and bars could have the opportunity of showing people a different way. You can have a good time with legal THC products and relax. There's 50 servings in every bottle. So you can put it into food, emulsify it into food, and it can go into beverages as well with mocktails. So there's no alcohol in them. They just put them with other mixers. Oh, yeah. Well, the CBD is a little bit different. CBD will get you, that's an anti-hangover, so it's anti-inflammatory. So we wanted to do it with a water, emulsification situation with liquid. Because we're all made of what?
H2O.
That's right. So in order for it to get into your system properly, the best way to do it is through liquid. And so we put it in such a way where it's so concentrated that you can actually put a small dose into it and you can feel the effects rather quickly.
Like, would you say like a capful or like
a tablespoon?
Tablespoon.
A tablespoon is about 30 milligrams. A teaspoon would be about 10 milligrams.
Right. We could totally take some THC shots right now.
Well, let's put it in our water.
Yeah.
It's odorless. It's tasteless. Let's do it.
Or we could take a shot of it.
You can go ahead and take a shot of it.
I'm going to take a shot of it because...
Of course, Justine's going to take a shot of it.
Oh, yeah. This is what we need.
We have Dr. THC Incredible Infusion Liquid, 1,500 milligrams of Delta-8 THC, 750 milligrams. That's the CBD one.
And there's CBD as well. So if you don't want THC, CBD for
we have a different way to do it, right? Not everybody's with the...
Do you have to shake it? Do you have to shake it well before?
I don't want to know if you have to shake it, but I just wanted to make sure because it's been sitting. I didn't know if it needed to be. It's all clear. There's nothing in there that would make me think that I would have to, but I just wanted to turn it upside down one time since we're opening it here. And why do we do this? Because I've worked in the service industry for a long time, and I wanted to simplify infusions.
How much do you think that is of the tablespoons? Probably a lot.
Probably 2. It's two doses for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to put mine in the water. It's odorless, tasteless.
So he's putting his in his cup with the water, if you can't see. And I'm going to just take a shot of it.
Well, go ahead. You're welcome to do that.
So if you want to know the ingredients, I'll read it out. Water, infuse anything, Delta water, THC, Delta-8 THC, MCT oil, which is like coconut oil.
Correct. And that's it.
Yeah.
We keep it real simple. It's diluted accordingly, and so it's dosed out accordingly and can be easily put into beverages and food, which I know I can't wait for you to try.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Doesn't taste like anything. Doesn't taste like bad or anything like alcohol would.
Right.
It's just like, yeah, it's like you could definitely put this in anything and you wouldn't even.
Well, I intend on making sure that you do that.
Yeah, I like that. It's very hydrating.
Yes, I want to have you put this into, into your next batch of like, your vegan hamburgers.
We could even put it as a liquid, even for the hamburgers.
Absolutely, because it can go right.
Tell us how we could do that.
Because all you do is put it right on top of it when you're done, and then it just goes right into it. It'll just soak right into the burger. I'm not even kidding you. You could even do it in the prep. Either way.
Oh yeah, we could do it in the prep. Like yeah.
Absolutely.
Or if you're like marinating something like mushrooms.
It could also be into a dressing or a sauce.
Yeah, or dressing or a sauce. Smoothies,
Absolutely.
Juices.
Smoothies for sure. You better be.
Oh, yeah.
So on Friday, we're going to be doing some stuff at Two Chefs in Bensonville.
Oh, yeah.
So it's going to be an opportunity for you to showcase some of your talents while we're there. I'm excited about that. You're going to get a chance to meet Bob, the chef over there. He's excited to meet you. I told him about what you're going to be bringing to the table. It'll give you an opportunity to showcase your talents to all the people who are going to be coming there to eat.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome. I'm definitely going to be making some smoothies and plant-based foodies. Yummy, yummy.
You'll have the whole kitchen to mess with.
Wow.
So let's play around with that on Friday.
That is awesome.
Let's come up with some opportunities to put this stuff in. Maybe I can have you work with some mushrooms.
Yeah, with some mushrooms, and we can like saute it. And then we could also make some. Let's see whatever they have. I'll try to see what they have.
What we'll do is we'll mess with salads and we'll put it in the dressing.
Oh yeah, that would be delicious.
So we'll put it in the dressings for sure.
Ooh, yeah, I definitely gotta.
Can make some. Think of you have to rack your brain. You got you have a whole kitchen to work with.
Yeah. And what kind of food they got? Like, I have
everything.
To see.
Everything.
You could start doing your own stuff.
Yeah, you'll start doing your own stuff there. That's the whole point. They have a catering menu there that I'm looking forward to kind of getting your hands involved and like having the Juicy Justine catering menu is what should be there. Why wouldn't we?
That'd be great.
It's what we've been trying to do for a while now, you and I.
Oh, yeah.
Well, now as far as that goes, we'll have an opportunity to put your catering menu online. And it can be infused with our infusion liquid, whether it's CBD or THC. And now we're going to come up with a hemp version of this for the nutritional factors of everything.
Love that.
I knew you would. Because sometimes people don't need, I don't need any CBD. I don't want to relax right now. I'm just looking for the superfood part of what we're doing. And we're going to come up with a third bottle. That's going to be the Hemp Meister. Go figure.
Yes, the Hemp Meister. We definitely need that. Hemp seeds are great.
Yes, and now we'll have it in such a manner where, people can get their nutrients in
a liquid form, too. So it's even easier to digest.
Imagine just having this right, for those of you who have never done this before, you'll have the opportunity just to put this in a tablespoon and then just put it into anything you want.
Right. Yeah.
Usually
so
there's
convenient.
a lot of prep. There's usually a lot of
Yeah.
prepping when it comes to putting emulsifications, but we made it so there's not a lot of prepping. You can just add it to anything. We put this into rigatoni alla vodka the other day, and it was great.
Ooh, what's Brigiella? Or what's
rigatoni alla vodka?
Rigatoni alla vodka.
It's pasta noodles, and then it was just a tomato sauce.
Oh, and then you just poured it on top? Oh, wow.
And it was great.
Wow. Mm-hmm. And how did you feel afterwards?
After about 5 minutes, I was feeling really good. Like Delta 8 hits you from a different receptor for those of you who aren't used to like that. You know, Delta 9, obviously, if you use it all the regular, it's one receptor. Delta 8 kind of hits you a certain type of way. It's a little bit lower of an indica feeling, but it definitely...
Who made this?
Well, we have a company that works with us called Infused Anything, and I met them through some of our other partners, and they talked to us about doing some private label stuff. And because of our background in the service industry, I realized that we had to come up with something that bartenders and servers and chefs alike could easily infuse food and beverages without lots of instruction.
Yes, I like it. The simplicity of it, and something that's never really been done out there.
No, I don't think so.
Very innovative,
we've been around for a while.
needed.
You've been around long enough to know that when we were doing stuff that no one's done anything like this. People have been emulsifying food with like oils and tinctures and stuff. And that's been a little bit, that's not normal. Like oil stands on top of the water and it just sits on it. It's not actually emulsifying anything, which is what a lot of people are doing when it comes. They'll grab a tincture and they'll think, oh, I'm putting this on a cookie. And then and you laugh. And then there's some people who will, say they're producing and they'll spray their edibles, and then that's not really infusion at all. They're just spraying stuff. But when your product can actually attach itself to it, and we actually infuse products, it binds itself with the product, and then it actually has the opportunity to get into your body and emulsify properly.
Yeah, I like that. Emulsifying properly, that's just what we need.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. And then, one of the things that we're looking at doing, is changing the game.
Oh, yes, changing the game.
We talked about alcohol. That's not something that you and I are down with.
We had our days.
We had our day with alcohol.
We've been there, done that.
Been there and done that, but it's not for it's not for everybody. It definitely wasn't for me.
Yeah, for our livers and our bodies. Oh God.
Yeah, and just at the end of the day, I never felt great the next day.
The hangovers and
then if I did drink too much, I didn't remember anything. So
what was the point? I want to remember what I did.
Right, exactly. So, and I want to be able to go out and feel normal too.
Still have fun, yeah.
Yes, have fun
still
and
have that feeling amplified.
Yes, I want to be able to go out, feel the music, enjoy myself when I'm out, and not have to feel like someone offers me a drink and I go, no, I don't want to drink, and then all of a sudden someone goes, well, what's wrong with you?
Yeah,
What do you mean, what's wrong with me?
You still want to drink with them.
What I like to do is ask, what's wrong with you? Why do you continue to poison yourself? But I can't do that in the club. No one wants to hear that.
Right.
No one wants to hear that.
And there's no other options. This is a better option if you still want to drink with your friends, but you want to drink.
Yeah, I want to be able to have a good time and enjoy myself and not have to worry about, drinking and driving.
Yeah.
And it's a nice thing to be able to do. And then, as we're utilizing our infusions, we're talking to people at the end of the night, if you are drinking, that CBD is a perfect anti-hangover drink for after you're done. So although I don't encourage drinking, if you do, at least I have a solution for you.
To choose.
That's right. And
as
then
long as we get options too.
Right. As long as I have options too, and I want to feel comfortable with those options,
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people out there that like non-alcoholic beverages, and there's not really good choices. If you know what they are, they don't taste very good. And, they're just not very good at all. So, now one, you should be able to have whatever you want without all the alcohol and the bad, bitter taste of it, and actually be able to feel relaxed without all the bad,
consequences
of drinking.
Yeah. So, and you get benefits out of drinking cannabis, which is already.
That's right. So you're drinking superfood, you're feeling good, and
having a good time.
Right. And having a good time. And then now we're at Drink Nightclub in Schaumburg.
Oh,
and so that's where we're going to be promoting this. So you can infuse all your beverages and food while you're there. And we're going to be offering table service so people can get this and then emulsify any mixers that they want.
Ooh, that's incredible.
Right? Imagine that. Now, imagine you're sitting there with your friends, and then you have the opportunity to have, 10 people at your VIP booth, and you're just basically giving everybody drinks without the alcohol, and they're still feeling great.
That's a great thing to do and to have.
Yeah, I think so too. I think you'll see a shift in the guard. We jokingly talk about changing the game. And I believe that we've been doing that, you know?
You are changing the game. Yes. This is what the people needed for a long time.
What the people need.
Yes. What the people need. What for humanity.
Yes. You know, I guess the other thing is that we always said, you know, education through entertainment. And so this is the best way to do it. You know, how can we normalize cannabis is by showing people what they already do a better way.
Exactly. That's kind of like with eating plant-based.
Yes, it is. It's actually, that's what, and let's lead into that, shall we? Eating more plant-based, because you've had a profound impact on my life with your, you know, with you being plant-based and showing me a better way. So I want to appreciate that and tell you about that.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm glad that you have opened your mind and your heart to it too. And your mouth, of course, eating that plant-based, that power. And the changes it's done for you. It's like you're like another person.
Oh yeah, believe it.
Even just changing here and there, like even you know, I know you're not 100%, but I know you're getting there, and I know that I believe that you can be there. Like and like the changes are just incredible, right? They and like encourage you to do more. The benefits of what it's actually, like even people have told you, and I'm so proud of that.
If I really want to put something out there, like which I'm not usually a fan of, because you know it's not easy to talk about when you deal with hard stuff. So, but like when you first met me, remember when we went to Michigan to do a photo shoot?
Yeah.
And we've been around for a while doing some stuff, but that was our first like major, like, let's go do something. I went on a vacation with you, and it was an adventure. And it was my first time doing being a photographer for you. That was cool. I forgot about that.
Yeah, you're a great photographer too.
Don't give me another job.
He does it all in one. He's so talented.
So, thank you, Justin.
So, okay. So as you were saying, we did Michigan.
No, I don't know what I'm talking about.
So we were on the Michigan trip, and I remember
we were on the Michigan trip, and I got sick. I have gut issues that I've dealt with for like the past 20 years, as you knew about.
Diverticulitis.
Yeah, diverticulitis. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. It's still, I mean, I technically still have it, but I don't deal with it the way I used to because I've changed my diet tremendously. I have had one major incident since the last 6 months.
In the summer, right?
And you saw how debilitating it got me. Yeah. Like when we were in Michigan, that was so bad. It sucked.
And another time when we went to the massage therapy place.
Oh, that sucked. That really sucked. We were going to do a show.
Yeah.
And I got sick right beforehand. Stress, gut health, it all comes from mental health. And a lot of people don't understand that part of it. It's not just about what you eat. It's all connected. Your mental health and your gut health are there.
They're connected. Yeah, your gut is your third brain. It's connected both ways.
It's all important. And
important.
I was getting to the point where I was getting good at like taking care of myself and eating properly, but
you're having a lot more smoothies. I noticed, and you were going to the gym and trying to have less
220
stress.
Fitness. Shout out to them over in Bartlett. Yeah, we did a show over there once. Yeah, now I'm there about 2 to 3 times a week, and you just got to keep moving. If you don't keep moving, then you start getting stagnant, just like water. And we are mainly made of water. So it's a great example to express.
Yeah, doing your Tai Chi.
Oh, yeah, token Tai Chi. That's right. One of these days we'll have to work on that. But yeah, after going to Michigan and getting my health in order, it's been like I've lost at least somewhere in range of like, since you've known me, well, before that actually, I probably was somewhere like 55, 60 pounds since I started this health journey. And now it's come a long way for me. So I'm happy about that. I'm doing the 1% a day thing. If I could be 1% better than I was yesterday, then I'm good to go. And that's all I ever encourage anyone to do, because
we're never really done. We get better every day.
People have this thing about like when they're taking a health journey that they always want to like get to the end before they've begun.
There really is no end.
There isn't. It's always an ongoing thing.
Yeah, we keep growing and learning and growing together.
Yes.
As we say.
One of the taglines, yes. And then between that, try to keep it in the stress-free zone. If we can do those things, then we're good to go.
Oh, yeah, that helps tremendously.
Stress-free zone, growing together, changing the game.
Trusting your dopeness.
Trust your dopeness. You took the words out of my mouth.
We are wearing the Trust Your Dopeness apparel right now.
That's right.
I'm wearing in black, and he has it in green. There's also pink, yellow, purple.
Every color.
Red.
Every color, because not everybody likes the same thing. Black and white's the real deal Holyfield.
Yes.
That's the first and foremost. That's the colors. But I know that everybody I wear this every day, so I needed to have different colors. I couldn't just wear black and white every day, even though I enjoy it.
Oh, yeah.
Black and white is sharp.
And we're also coming out with dope kicks.
Oh, yeah. My dope kicks. Mr. CBD's dope kicks. They're in production. We'll get those done. I actually have a new design that we're going to come out with for the summer. I'm excited to launch that with you.
Wow,
It'll be
that
a
is
good time.
awesome.
And then you've been doing a lot more stuff with our apparel, which I appreciate.
Oh, yeah.
You travel with it everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And then you don't just wear it yourself, but you get your friends to wear it.
Yeah.
Which I really appreciate.
They love
awesome.
it. They like the design. It's like, the design is almost like Playboy, but for cannabis, you know, like the symbol of
Did you
it.
hear that, folks? You hear that, Slimes? You hear that? The Playboy of cannabis. That's what's up. That's what it is.
We love that.
There you go. I agree with that. Hugh, he's old. He's done. You know, he's not even alive anymore. Now
But
it's time for
he's
Tricki
a legend
Kunicki.
still. Yeah, now
well,
Tricki Kunicki's taking over.
it's time to pass the baton. Thanks, Hugh.
But in a great way for humanity
Yes.
and the planet. Hemp
Yeah,
can
for
do so
sure.
many things, not just our drinks and our food, but also helping save like the planet with our clothes or making utensils, even toilet paper, even
Concrete.
houses.
Yeah, now they can make it. Now they're making cars with it. I've seen
making
planes
cars.
with it. You know, the industry hasn't caught up yet. It will, but it hasn't caught up yet. It will. There's once they,
the
you know,
future.
everyone thought that like hemp when it became legal in 2018. Okay, we're ready to go, and all these hemp farmers showed up, and everybody was growing hemp like crazy, and there was more hemp than there was a demand. And then,
We got to do something with that.
well, then they did. It's called
Yeah.
Hemp Derived Thc, and that's where THCO, Delta 8, Delta 10, and THCP, THCV, and I could go over all the acronyms. That's for another show, I think.
How many compounds do you think there is?
I feel like they're constantly, maybe you can do Hemp Derived Delta 9. Did you know that?
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't that crazy? And so,
Tried that.
yeah, and
That's
then
great.
and I think we should, now that I think about it, I think we should look into Hemp Derived
Yeah.
Delta 9 and have it as a liquid as well.
Ooh, yeah, we could do a lot of compounds.
We should definitely look into
I think there's
that.
like over 100 of them.
Yeah, well,
Cannabinoids.
yes, there
And
definitely
we have
is.
cannabinoids in our brain system as well,
Yes.
in our whole body.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And so the receptors that you have, like, I'm glad you mentioned it. So that's like a big deal right now. Our CB1 receptor is responsible for our immunity.
It is.
And so when it's what people have, like, you see these articles that are coming out from Forbes and, you know, the colleges and saying that, you know, cannabis can help prevent coronavirus and COVID. And it's true.
It can help,
It can
yes.
help because, you know,
It's a
why?
good
Because it
factor.
boosts up your immune system. It does. And we've known that this entire time. We've been preaching that since we've been rocking together.
Oh, yeah.
But it's only become mainstream over the last couple of weeks. And my phone's been ringing off the hook because of it. You know that?
Oh, wow.
Your phone should start ringing off the hook too, or at least all the messages that you get. People should want to build. You always talk about building up your immunity, and we are the immunity dealers. You know,
And so much more.
that's right. It's true. But you know, it's a healthy lifestyle across the board. Like, I'll talk about CBD and hemp because I know it's a superfood and it can help people.
Yes.
But it's not the quick fix. It's the only a part of it.
Yes,
You know,
exactly.
you have to change your eating habits. You know,
Everything.
I don't want to sit here and preach about fast food and all those things, but I used to be one of those people that lived off of, like, you know, a fast food lifestyle because I worked all the time. And so I wasn't
'Cause it
like
was
thinking
convenient,
about everything.
right?
Yeah, everything was
And
always
it's just
about
right there.
convenience. But little do you know that you can still be healthy and convenient.
Exactly.
And that's what you've taught me. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the other thing. The misconception about like eating healthy and it being expensive is way wrong. And if you do think about it and people are like, well, you know, it's very expensive to eat healthy. And I'm thinking to myself, well, it's very expensive to eat unhealthy. So at one point in time, you're going to pay for it. We're going to pay for it now or later.
Right. And they make it cheaper on purpose, like all these fast food places versus the healthy things and cannabis and stuff, because in the long run, you're going to be ending up paying for prescriptions and surgeries, and they're not going to heal you. That's not holistic healing. What I liked about cannabis is that it is a part of holistic healing.
Yes, it is.
It's from
Mentally and physically.
everything. Yeah, spiritually even too.
Yes, it is. You're 100. Oh, that's one way to put it. You're right. It's definitely opened up my eye.
Yeah, our third eyes.
Notice how I said one eye.
The one eye.
But yes, what else can we talk about, Justine? There's so many things that we can talk about,
So
but I don't
much.
want to like just blah blah blah. So you know, we are changing the game, right? So we've got nightclubs now, we've got restaurants that we're working with, and our biggest thing this year, we've always done it, is education through entertainment. So, and every year we seem to step it up a little bit differently. Whether it was in Wrigley last year, whether it was going to restaurants and doing shows, we went to farms.
Yeah, I love
We went
that.
to a facility in Colorado to see how our beverages were made. Proud was that.
That was so like surreal to see how it was made, and
And got a chance to talk to the minds who put it together. you know?
That was like a really life-changing.
And for those of you that don't know, we're kind of like the beverage kings of the cannabis realm.
Yes.
We have hemp derived beverages, CBD beverages, full spectrum beverages, Delta 8 beverages. Beverages are the easiest way to get it in. Right. It's one of the ways that people seem to be okay with it. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that people find like, you know, something that they can digest, no pun intended, because it's not smoking it. And so if you're drinking it or eating it,
everybody could do it.
It's a little bit easier. But there is something that people should know, that when you process cannabis through the liver, such as Delta 9, you know, an edible, like
changes into like
Delta 11 in your body, and people don't know that.
You could last for hours and
sometimes
and you get higher that way because you're getting 100% of the magic. Like
correct, and it's it's like time lapsed.
Yeah, time lapse, which is great. It's a great way to.
I know that's one of your favorite ways.
It's one of my favorite ways. Yes.
And then for those of you who like, I'm a relic, you know, so I still like to smoke sometimes. It's not the best way, but when it comes to effective, like fast, getting it into your capillaries is one of the best, but it's not the most effective when you burn it. So we're looking at new ways like inhalers. Yeah,
inhalers. Those are incredible for those who have like lung issues. They could, you still like have it in a way that gets straight to the capillaries.
Right, which is the fastest way. And then the other one that we're looking into is gel caps. You know, gel caps are phenomenal. If you haven't had, you know, people are used to taking vitamins and pills. And so to be able to put this in, you know, to a pill form and show you what it's all about, and then give you the opportunity to accept, you know, eat. Most people don't realize too, which I know you know, that edibles should be eaten 20 minutes after a modest meal. And a lot of times people will take an edible and they'll do it on an empty stomach.
Well, if they want to feel it even harder, but I think it's a little bit better.
Oh, they don't. I don't. Sometimes when I hear people say that they did it on an empty stomach, they're like, well, I didn't feel anything. And I'm like, well, that's because you didn't work.
Or you need something to carry on.
Correct. It needs to attach itself to, because if you just have stomach acid burning it all up, it's over. Nothing happens. And or worse, it actually might give you a headache. And you're like, oh, this sucks. I don't want to do that ever again. And so proper dosages, you know, are very important. If you're someone like Justine and I, where
we have high tolerances
and dosages, we're like, yeah, bring it. You know, I don't care.
Right. So my camera died. So now we're using the phone here, and we adapt and overcome.
That's what we do here at Mr. CBD and Juicy Justine. That's adapt and overcome. That's one of our, you know, I learned that from a friend who was in the military, and then I've adopted it. It's a Marine saying. Did you know that? Oh, wow. You never knew that, did you?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's right up there. You know, if
shout out to the Marines.
Yeah, shout out to the Marines. Hoorah.
Hoorah.
And so Justine. But you know, what's the other thing you always hear me say is, you know, if I'm not I'm putting out fires and saving babies. And you know where that's from? It's my cousin who's a fireman.
Oh. Oh.
These are real things that I just talk about. Like, I mean, I know I've coined them. I've coined them for sure.
Oh, yeah.
People associate these things with me for some reason, though.
Because you say it so often now, it's like, it gets in your
I don't actually save babies and put out fires, but, you know. But
it's a
good acronym for a lot of the stuff that I do. That's what I like to think anyways.
So what do you do? What's all the things that you do?
Oh, boy. Well, as far as cannabis is concerned, educator first. Then I like to do education through marketing. You know, marketing's a big deal. Now you and I are doing a lot of that. We're starting up an organization called Cameo of Cannabis.
Ooh, tell us, the audience, more about Cameo Cannabis.
For those of you who are familiar with the term cameo, you know, just showing up and providing a cameo. And we know a lot of people who love the cannabis plant. And so we have people who are doing cameos for cannabis, such as Juicy Justine, Mr. CBD, and Miss Sativa, Takia Overstreet. There's a lot of people who are rocking with us now. And Master Rochi. Ooh. We have an ex-Chicago Bear that's coming to join us, but I can't say his name yet because we want to make that a secret.
We're going to make it a surprise.
We'll make it a surprise.
Stay tuned.
But stay tuned. It's coming. We'll make that work. And then we're looking forward to like making some big announcements this year. But that's where Cameo of Cannabis is going to be. You know, since we're the #1 searched CBD website in all of Chicago, people have started approaching us about marketing and their stuff on our homepage. And so what a better way to do that by leveraging ourselves. You know, you take great photos with products. You know, we just did one with Galaxy Treats. For Galaxy Treats is, you know, our Moon Babies and our Delta 8 stuff. And we just did one for our membership. So we just did a blast out there where millions of people are going to see Juicy Justine out there supporting Mr. CBD.
Yes, lots to support, lots of good things that you have, and companies and products and people that are associated with you.
You can say the word, it's all right.
Yeah.
But and obviously we're all trying to meet people where they're at and help them get where they're looking for. We want to try to help them make healthier decisions, and that's where and when it comes to Mr. CBD, we know there's a lot of bad habits that people have out there, so we're trying to help them curb that and make better ones. I don't really drink coffee. Every once in a while I do, but we have coffee and it's infused with CBD. We talked about education and marketing, which is the cameo of cannabis. And then we also do manufacturing of products. Obviously we have our own brand of black label products, but a lot of the companies that we work with have the opportunity to cut their overhead and increase their profits by working with us because we are a direct supplier. So not only can we help you manufacture your products for those of you who own your own companies, but we also distribute for you as well. And then once you get in our distribution channels, then we market you. And then it's an amazing circle of life. Manufacturing, marketing, distribution.
All in one.
We do it all. And then we got Mr. CBD TV, education through entertainment. That's always been about what Mr. CBD TV was about. And I know there's a lot of companies out there that are looking forward to working with you since you're like, the plant-based queen. So there's a lot of wonderful vegan products out there that I know that people are going to want to market with you. So we're marketing to wellness centers, pain management, gyms, pets, entertainment from, restaurants to bars. It's all going to be something that we're going to be doing where you're going to look at your phone, then all of a sudden you're going to see you. And they're going to wonder where, how to get a hold of us. And then they trust your dopeness and become a member. And why would you become a member? Because we're kind of like the cannabis, wholesale of cannabis. So you can get a member for $9.95 a month on MrCBDChicago.com. and get most of your products anywhere from like 30 to 40% off.
Wow, that's a great deal.
It is, because people always talk about how it's expensive to be healthy. And so we found a way to be able to give people a membership so they can make everything affordable for them.
Yeah, give them a good price. Yeah, versus like the basic retail if you're like really into.
Yes, and you should be, because
you should be.
Yeah, it should be something that you do every month. It's for yourself. And some people haven't figured out, like a lot of people utilize CBD to go to sleep at night. Some people to curb anxiety. Some people to, take care of the inflammation that they have in their bodies. All that stuff is part of it.
Yes, the overall well-being.
Yes, and you want to be able to, when it comes to utilizing CBD, THC, and hemp, to me, that's the real entourage effect. Some people associate that term with something else, and that's fine if you do. But if you really want to think about it, the best way you could possibly utilize the plant is by using all three, and at different stages of the day and at different stages of your life, because not everybody is the same. And that's something that people have to consider. Why we talk about more clinical studies. I agree with you. I think there's been plenty, but there's at different stages of your life, just when like your palate changes, after every 6 or 7 years, the same concept happens with your endocannabinoid systems. Your needs are going to change as you get older.
Oh, definitely. And it can be utilized by any age.
Correct. I usually tell people that between 5 and 12 is when CBD and broad spectrum are good. And then after 12 is when you can start to incorporate other stuff. But again, that is case by case scenarios, and people have to know why they're doing it. Like, there's always reasons for it. Like, if you're just doing it for overall health, I think it's important to do for a preventative better than being reactive. A lot of people are reactive when it comes to cannabis. Oh, I'm going to use this now because I need it. Oh, it's too late. But you can be preventative. And actually, that's what cannabis should be for. The more you get a chance to utilize it, the more you realize that you don't need anything else. You start to feel good all the time.
Yeah, you'll be in balance. Yeah, it helps that for sure. For
sure. And there's some people who will say stuff, well, I've had poor experiences with cannabis, or, I've had massive anxiety. Well, there's ways of that's where it comes to proper dosing and figuring out what works for you.
Because everybody has different levels of, we all have endocannabinoids, but everybody has different tolerances and everybody also has different reasons for what they're looking for. So we try to help people. Guiding people is where we're at. We're like, someone told me recently that you and I were like, modern day shamans. What is a shaman?
Someone who helps people become more spiritually balanced by utilizing the earth.
Now that I like. They got on.
You like that one?
I love that one.
I'm surprised we haven't talked about this before.
Right? Well, we're here talking about it for everyone else to hear.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. So whether it's cannabis, plant-based foods, or just giving someone some positive mentorship, that's kind of something that you and I have been about.
Yeah.
And that's important. That's what being a shaman really is all about. Helping people through the plant.
Helping humanity through
and animals now too.
Yeah, and animals. Too.
Animals. Not just the animals like, wild kingdom animals. I'm talking about like your cat and dog.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing that's real important is people forget that all the animals that all animals, including fish, have endocannabinoid systems. Mm-hmm. So although we encourage people to do more plant-based, diets, for those of you who aren't on that, you got to realize if those animals that you're eating don't have endocannabinoid systems that are fulfilled, then technically you're not eating healthy animals. And people don't realize that. So that's where the real issue is too, is it's unhealthiness across the board. That's why people should be more leaning towards plant-based foods because of that stuff. A lot of the food that we're eating is not healthy because it's never had their systems refilled ever.
Right.
People don't think about that. And that's where a lot of our health issues come from, on top of everything else.
Well, we're not really made to eat animals, but I could argue that.
But the big thing is about that is that, if I don't...
Maybe for their cats. I think it's like good cat food to eat for, if like, carnivorous animals need to eat other animals.
Correct.
But we're not carnivorous, I don't think. But for your pets, maybe.
Absolutely. I think, and that's where I think it comes down to, like, a lot of people treat their pets like family. And so it's important that we give them the proper nutrition so they can live longer lives too.
Yeah. Cannabis can be for animals as well.
Mm-hmm. Whether it's for, and a lot of people, again, wait too long to give CBD to their cats and dogs when it's too late in their lives. You can start giving it to them earlier in life, and then then they live longer, healthier lives. Instead of being, again, you're being proactive instead of reactive with your animals, and they'll live longer, healthier lives.
Yeah, tell us about your animals that you have.
Yeah, so as some of you know, I have Mr. CBD in the wolf pack. I got 4 huskies and a cat. Mm-hmm. Smokey is the
cutest.
Yeah, my dogs are dope. Smokey's 15 years old. I rescued him in 2009, and then I got 3 girls.
They're all rescues, right?
Yeah, they're all rescues. And back in 2015, I rescued Gizmo from a kill shelter in Tennessee. And so CBD's helped her out a ton because she's been super.
Oh yeah.
She has a hard time with people, and so she loves people, but she's like timid and she's afraid all the time.
I noticed that even with like wood floors and.
Well, yeah, she doesn't do wood floors. Carpets have to be put everywhere for her. She's a special dog for sure. She looks like a gremlin. She's got really big ears. A black gremlin with blue eyes.
That's one of the
huskies. Yeah, and then you got Fozzie and Marley that were both rescues. They were a bonded pair. Marley is a 2-time cancer survivor, and we utilized CBD and salmon oil to help her get into remission. So it's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
she had a mass on her chest, and we were able to get that removed, and she's back in business. I mean, when I got her, they said that she wasn't going to last long, and so here we are.
How
7
long
years.
has it been now?
7 years later. Yeah,
nice.
So after they said she wouldn't make it for 7 years, she kept going, and then Fozzie, when we first moved in 3 years ago, where I currently live, she started having weekly seizures, and then we gave her CBD, and then she hasn't had one since.
Wow.
We're not allowed to make claimers. That's just a fact.
That's just your story with your dogs.
That's right. Again, huskies don't necessarily live the longest lives, and Smokey's like 15 already. Cash. Cash has got to be like 13 already by now.
He looks like a young kitty.
Yeah, he does. And he's a black tuxedo cat with green eyes.
So, and like the softest fur.
Mm-hmm. That's because of the salmon oil and CBD. And a lot of people who are allergic to cats come over to my house and they don't have an issue with it because of the food that I give him. So the dander that most people are allergic to has a lot to do with the food that we feed him.
Wow. So like great for like helping.
Yes.
With hypoallergenic.
Correct. And interestingly enough, I'm allergic to cats. And so I own a cat.
You have a cat.
And I have a cat. So go figure. So it was kind of an experiment on myself too, because I know that when I get around cats that have dander, I can't do it. But my cat doesn't have that. And people who normally even tell me that, I don't like cats. Cats are weird. My cat's been more like a dog.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah, he'll sit in your lap and he's more social, which most cats are not.
Yeah, he's a good kitty.
So I'm lucky to have
even with the fireworks too.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Fireworks, thunderstorms, all that stuff is perfect for, animals. There's a lot of separation anxiety. Dogs are supposed to be man's best friend. So they're not used to you leaving you. They think they should go to work with you. So when you leave them for 7 and 8 hours at a time, they can't figure out why. And so it causes a lot of stress on our animals more than we know.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So CBD can curb a lot of that.
Yeah, definitely.
So what else can we talk about, Justine? There's a lot, obviously, but I think we covered plenty. You know what I mean? But and I'd like to be able to do this with you regularly and come up and talk to people. I mean, I enjoy talking to you anyways, but I've never always wanted to do a podcast with you. We have our own show, which is great, but I think a regular show should be done, and we can continue to help people and maybe take it on the road sometimes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Especially with like 2 chefs. Why couldn't we bring the podcast there?
We could.
We should.
So our next episode will be at Two Chefs
in Bensonville.
Bensonville.
Yeah. Why don't we should do that on Friday. Mm-hmm. Would you be down for that?
Oh, yeah.
We can interview the chef, talk to some people who are eating the food right then and there and see what they think.
Shout out Tricki Kunicki's mom. She made a great leader for cannabis and educating others. And more than that, everything that you do, marketing, distribution, manufacturing, it's a whole juggle, I bet.
Yeah, I'm definitely a well-rounded individual now that you put it like that. I try to be, and I try to help us become more well-rounded individuals together. Like I'm only as good as the people I surround myself with, and you've helped me become a better person with that too. Like I didn't know a lot of the social media and marketing stuff that I was doing until I watched you do it and then put my own spin on it,
Yeah, you do a great job of that. And the whole team, everybody that is working with you or we're all working together as a team.
Well, that's
it's
the
really
nice part.
Dream.
It is a dream come true. We have such an amazing, the Trust Your Dopeness crew is real. And we got such a wide variety of people that we've had the opportunity to associate with since you and I have started this journey. And our team just continues to grow.
And they're all very unique.
Oh, yeah, there's no copycats. We all got the
different talents and
all the superpowers that we have together with all these people who have these individual talents has been quite remarkable. It's been fun to see.
It's been a great time, and we can all come together on that one plant.
The plant that brings us all together for sure.
Yes.
No matter where our backgrounds are or what our age ranges are, we all seem to have one common denominator, and then that common denominator brings us all together, and then it's brought genuine friendships and great business relationships along the way.
And that's a great way to live and have that in the world. We all need that.
Yeah, I mean, we all like to be able to, we want to be passionate about what we do, which we are.
Help the community.
Which we're doing that too.
Cannabis community here.
And then we have the ability to work with people that we actually enjoy working with, which not everybody can say that. A lot of people dislike their jobs, dislike their coworkers.
That's no way to live.
No, it's no way to live. And we've kind of, you taught me the phrase a while back, intentional community. And so, we were doing intentional business.
Yes.
All in one. I love that. All in one. An intentional business community. And we've had the luxury of working who we want to work with. And it's been great because of it. We haven't had too many people that have infiltrated our circle that we haven't wanted there.
Oh yeah. And everybody wants to come on and once they see what we're doing. And when you see the vision, because you just started this company
3 years ago. It seems like it's a long time, but it really isn't. When I talk to people, they think it's like light years,
still the toddler, but you're but still, it takes 4 years?
Yeah, for a business to become successful. That's what people say. I think we're on our 4th year, which is, we are on our 4th year. So this is going to be one of those breakthrough years, I think.
Yes, definitely.
We're in grocery stores, for those of you who don't know. Locally, we're in Pete's Fresh Market.
All 17 locations in Illinois.
That's right. And we're also in Caputo's. And now we're in, shout out to Ash's Smoke Shop. But for those of you who are looking for wellness, we have Illinois Therapeutic Massage, Astro Body Wellness, just to name a few. We've worked with gas stations and smoke shops, but we're finding more massage therapy, pet grooming, pet boarding. We're going to be doing more of that. So as we expand our horizons, you're going to see the wide range of products that we have to offer are going to start being everywhere. Like when you go into a strip mall, you might have a pet groomer that'll have our products, a smoke shop that could have our products. We're on the verge of landing some liquor stores because of this.
Oh, for the liquids, for the THC, non-alcoholic liquids.
Pretty neat. If we're gonna start like, you know, if we're gonna start like a movement, might as well jump in the lion's den.
Oh yeah, everything. I like that analogy.
Yeah,
Lion's den.
I have plenty of analogies, folks. Stay tuned.
Yes, please explain to the audience what you mean by lion's den.
Well,
getting yourself into every
bar.
Yes.
You know, like a lot. Obviously, drinking has been normalized. So smoking cigarettes has been normalized, and cannabis has been demonized, and we're trying to normalize it. And the only way that's going to happen is through education.
Yes.
And letting people know. And I've been some people are like, well, how do you do everything you do? And like the lazy stoner attitude that people associate with this is so far gone. I've been in and around cannabis utilizers for 25 plus years, and a majority of the people I know are some of the most motivated, self-expressed people I've ever had the opportunity to be like. And not to mention intelligent factor, where most people consider stoners to be fairly stupid, which is not the case at all. And even one of the most famous stoners, which is Tommy Chung, although he plays a stupid stoner, as an actor.
In the 70s show.
That's right. But something, if you get a chance to talk to him, he's actually a brilliant mind.
He is.
That's just actually an act that he puts on. And at the end of the day, he's a very smart person, a savvy businessman. And, he's utilized the cannabis plant to stay alive. Look up his story. You don't have to hear it from me. He survived cancer twice, and he'll tell you how he did it.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. I would love to interview Tommy Chung someday.
I think one day we will. I think it's only a matter of time. It all happened. I think those guys will come. They'll want to hear it from us. We're trying to step on their shoulders and build upon what they've already done.
We're distributing their products too.
Yes, we are. Willie Nelson's coffee and his tea, and now we got Cheech's stash. So Cheech Marin's tea is also with us as well. So yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of things that we work with, and
so many.
Just a matter of I think we could just do shows like all the time just on the different types of products that we have. Today was kind of like an extension of like an introduction that we've always done before,
Yeah.
But we've been evolving so much that it's like almost like allow us to reintroduce ourselves. Yeah, that's how it always is. You know what I mean? We're doing so many new things all the time that next time you reach out to us, we're not in the same category that we were before. We're going to be a fully integrated company by the end of this year. We'll have the opportunity to grow, manufacture, distribute, market, and educate. And that's everything.
That is everything. That's just what the people, that's what we all needed. Oh yeah. You're doing great things.
Well, and you're doing great things with me. I can't do this by myself. Yeah. You're definitely helping me out.
All of us together.
Yeah. There's strength in numbers, and our numbers are good. That's the best part. I've been able to do more because you guys have had my back. So that's been super appreciative.
Yeah, we thank you for all coming together and doing this, growing together. So thank you for coming on for this, our first episode together.
Yes, I'm loving that
podcast.
I mean, it won't be our last. I want to do this regular with you.
Oh yeah, we're going to.
I enjoy talking to you. I don't have to be on mic to do that, but it's I think our conversations are profound enough that people should hear them regularly.
Right. Exactly.
I know, and here's how we're going to do this. Ready? So put your hand up.
Okay.
This side.
We're doing a handshake right now, everybody.
So do this side. Okay, so here you go. 1, 2. 1, 2. And then you go down here. No. Now you're just going to go down here.
Oh, I'm going to go down here.
No. So here's how you say this again.
1, 2. 1, 2.
And then you're going to come down here with me.
Oh, I'm going to go down.
Keep your hands like this. Now put your fingers out.
Like this?
And then we're going to go like this. And bring it up. Now do it fast. Ready? No. There you go. You got that?
Yeah.
We'll work on that. We'll work on that, folks. We're working on that, folks. We'll mic drop on the handshake. All right?
Ooh.
The Juicy Justine and Tricki Kunicki handshake.
Ooh, yes.
And we're out.
And we're out. Now, Roger that.
That was fun. Like
Thanks for listening, my fruity friends. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you liked this episode. And thanks for having an open heart and mind listening to this.
It has to be.
Be sure to stay juicy. Oh yeah, baby. It's Juicy Justine sending you peace,